10th August 2020 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, to forget your original religion is the biggest mistake of all. You now have to become free from making mistakes. Remember your home and your kingdom. Question: what stage of you children indicates that time is coming to an end? Answer: when you children remain constantly intoxicated on the pilgrimage of remembrance, and when the wandering of your intellects comes to an end, when you have the power of remembrance in your words and you stay in infinite happiness, when the scenes of your golden age world repeatedly appear in front of you, you can understand that that time is close. Destruction will not take long. Therefore, increase your chart of remembrance. Song: having found you, we have found the whole world. The earth and sky all belong to us. Om Shanti. You spiritual children understand the meaning of this song. You have now attained the unlimited Father. You receive your inheritance of heaven from the unlimited Father. No one can snatch this inheritance away from you. The intoxication of the inheritance disappears when Ravan's kingdom begins. This is too is predestined in the drama. You children have the knowledge of the world drama, how the world cycle turns can be called a play and also a drama. You children understand that the Father truly does come and explain the world cycle to you. He only explains to those who belong to the Brahmin clan. You children do not know your own births, and so I explain this to you. Previously, you used to hear that you would receive one human birth after taking 8.4 million births. It is not like that. Souls come down number wise. It is in your intellects that you were previously the worthy of worship souls of the original eternal deity religion, and that you then become worshippers. It is remembered you yourself are worthy of worship, and you then become a worshipper. Human beings believe that it refers to God, that he becomes worthy of worship and a worshipper, that all of those are his forms. There are innumerable ideas and opinions. You are now following Srimad. You understand that you are students, that you didn't know anything at first, and that by studying you are now passing an important examination. Those students too don't know anything at first, then when they have passed their examination, they understand that they have passed the examination to become a barrister. You too now understand that you are studying and changing from ordinary humans into deities, and in that you are also becoming the masters of the world. There is just the one religion and one kingdom. No one can snatch your kingdom away from you. There you have purity, peace, happiness, and prosperity. You have everything. You just heard the song. You didn't compose those songs. They have been composed by chance according to the drama for this particular time. The father sits here and explains to you the meaning of the songs composed by human beings. You are now sitting here peacefully and claiming your inheritance from the Father. No one can snatch that away from you. For half the cycle, you have the inheritance of happiness. The Father explains, sweetest children, you experience happiness for more than half the cycle. Then the kingdom of Ravan begins. In the temples, there are images where they show how the deities fell onto the path of sin. The costumes are the same, they change later on. Each king has his own costume, crown, etc. You, children, now know that you are claiming your inheritance from shivbaba through Brahma. The father says, children, 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 you do not know your own birds. It is souls that listen to this. I am a soul and not a body. All human beings take pride in the names of their bodies because they are body conscious. They don't know at all that they are souls. They say that each soul is the supreme soul and that the supreme soul is each soul. The Father has explained to you, souls, that you are now becoming deities, the masters of the world. At this time, you are given this knowledge of your becoming deities and then going into the warrior dynasty. There has to be the account of 84 births. Not everyone will take 84 births. Souls do not come down all together. You know which religions come, and when they come, the old history then becomes new. This is now the impure world. There, that is the pure world. Then the other religions come into existence. Here on this field of action, there is just the one play. There are four main religions. The Father comes at this confluence age to establish the community of Brahma. They too have created a variety form image, but there is a mistake in that one. The Father comes and explains everything and makes you free from making mistakes. The Father does not have a body of his own to take, nor does he make mistakes. He comes here for a short time and enters this one's chariot in order to show you children the path to the land of peace and your home. Not only does he show you the path, but he makes each one's life. You go home every cycle and you then come and play your parts of happiness. You children forget that the original religion of us souls is peace. How can there be peace in this world of sorrow? You have now come to know all of these things. You also explain to everyone. Gradually, everyone will continue to come here. Those from abroad will come to know how the world cycle turns and how long its duration is. Foreigners will come to you, and children will go there and explain the secrets of the world cycle. They believe that Christ went to God. They consider Christ to be the Son of God. Some also believe that having taken rebirth, Christ is now in a beggar form, just as you two are beggars. To be a beggar means to be tamopradhan. They believe that Christ is here, but they don't know when he will come again. You can explain to them that the founders of that religion will come to establish his religion at his own time. He cannot be called a guru. He comes to establish a religion. The bestower of salvation is only one. All of those who come to establish a religion have been taking rebirth and have now become Tamopradhan. At the end, the whole tree reaches the stage of total decay. You now understand how the whole tree is standing here and that there is no foundation of the deity religion. There is the example of the huge banyan tree. Only the Father sits here and explains these things to you, children. You children should have a lot of happiness. You have come to know that you were deities and that you are now becoming those ones. Again, you come here to listen to the story of the true Narayan through which you change from ordinary humans into Narayan. If someone becomes Narayan, there must definitely also be Lakshmi. If there are Lakshmi and Narayan, there must definitely be their kingdom too. They would not become Lakshmi and Narayan by themselves and be alone. There isn't a separate story of becoming Lakshmi. As well as someone becoming Narayan, someone else becomes Lakshmi too. Sometimes Lakshmi becomes Narayan and sometimes Narayan becomes Lakshmi. Some songs are very good. When Maya chokes you, listen to these songs and you will become very cheerful. When someone is learning to swim, he begins to choke at first, so they then have to catch hold of him. Here too many are choked by Maya. There are many who swim. They race. You are also racing to go to the other side. Constantly remember me alone. When you don't have remembrance, you choke. The Father says it is only through this pilgrimage of remembrance that your boats will go across. Some swimmers are very clever and some less so. It is the same here. Some send their charts to Baba. Baba checks whether they have has understood about the chart of remembrance accurately or not. Some say that they stayed in remembrance for the whole of 5 hours throughout the day. I don't believe it. There must definitely have been some mistake. Some think that for all the time they are studying here, their charts are also good for that length of time. But that is not so. The intellects of many who sit here to study are diverted outside somewhere or other. They don't listen carefully. Such things also happen on the path of devotion. When a sannyasi relates a story, he stops and asks a listener what he was speaking about. When he sees that someone is sitting there like a crazy person, means without concentration, he asks him, however, because the intellect of that person is wandering elsewhere, he is unable to reply to the sannyasi. They don't listen to even one word. It is the same here. Baba continues to observe everything. He understands when the intellects of some are also wandering outside, they just continue to look here and there. Some new ones who come here are like that. Baba understands that they haven't understood fully. This is why Baba says don't give new ones permission to come here to class too soon, otherwise, they will spoil the atmosphere. As you progress further, you will see that good children will go to paradise whilst sitting here. They will have great happiness. They will go to paradise over and over again. The time is now very close. Your stage will become like that, number wise, according to your efforts. You will repeatedly see your palaces of heaven. Whatever you have to be shown, you will continue to have visions of those things. You can see that the time is now close. Just look how all the preparations are now being made. The father said, just see how all the human beings of the world are to be turned to dust in a second. As soon as a bomb is dropped, everything is destroyed. You children know that your kingdom is now being established. You now have to remain very intoxicated on the pilgrimage of remembrance. You have to fill yourselves with such power that you can strike the target of anyone with your drishti. At the end, you will be the ones who shoot the arrows of knowledge at Bhishma Pitamaha, etc. They will quickly understand that you are telling the truth. Only the ocean of knowledge, the purifier, is the one incorporeal God. Krishna cannot be this. His birth has been shown. Krishna cannot receive those same features again. He will receive those same features again in the golden age. Everyone's features are different in their different births. This part in the drama has been created in this way. Everyone there will have naturally beautiful features. Now, day by day, bodies to continue to become Tamu Pradhan. At first, they are Sato Pradhan, and then they go through the stages of Sato, Raja, and Tamu. Just look what type of babies continue to be born. Some don't have legs, some remain midgets. Just look how so many different things happen. Such things do not exist in the golden age. Deities there do, do not have beards, etc. They are all clean shaven. You can tell whether they are male or female from their eyes and features. As you progress further, you will have many visions. You children should have so much happiness. Baba comes every cycle to teach you Raj Yoga and change you from ordinary humans into deities. You children also know that those of all the other religions will all go into their own sections. The tree of souls is shown. There will be many corrections made to the pictures. The pictures continue to be changed. For instance, the explanation given by Baba of the subtle region, those with doubtful intellect say, what is this? Previously, you used to say this, and you are now saying something else. The two forms of Lakshmi and Narayan have been combined and called Vishnu. However, there are no human beings with 4 arms. They show Ravan with 10 heads. There are no such human beings. They burn an effigy of Ravan every year, just like a game of dolls. Human beings say that they cannot live without the sculptures, that the sculptures are their life. Look how much regard there is for the Gita. Here you have a huge mountain of Murlis. What are you going to do by keeping them? Day by day, you continue to listen to new points. Yes, it is good to note down the points. At the time of giving a lecture, you revise the various points you are to speak about. You should have a list of topics today. I will explain on this topic who is Ravan and who is Rama. What is the truth? I will explain all of these to you. At this time, Ravan's kingdom covers the whole world. The five vices are in everyone. The Father comes and establishes the kingdom of Rama once again. This is a play about victory and defeat. Look how you are defeated by Ravan. The five vices. Previously, the family path was pure, but that has now become impure. Lakshmi and Narayan then become Saraswati and Brahma. The father says, I enter this one's body in the last of his many births. You say, I too am taking this knowledge from the Father after many births. All of these things have to be understood. Some have intellects that are dull headed, and so they don't understand anything. A kingdom is being established. Many came and then left. They will come again. They will claim a status among the subjects worth a few pennies. They too are needed. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father and good morning. Essence for dharana. First point, always maintain the intoxication that you will complete this study and change from ordinary humans into deities, the masters of the world. There will be everything in your kingdom, purity, peace, and happiness. No one can snatch that away from you. Second point, in order to go across from this side to that side, become a good swimmer on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Don't allow Maya to choke you. Check yourself and write your chart of remembrance by first understanding it correctly. Blessing. May you become multimillion times fortunate and experience a right to all attainments during this elevated time. Explanation. The fortunate children who take birth at this elevated time experience belonging as soon as they take birth with the touching of the previous cycle. They have a right to all the property as soon as they take birth, just as a whole tree is merged in a seed. In the same way, souls who come at the number one time experience the treasures of all forms of attainments as soon as they come. They would never say that they experience happiness but not peace, or that they experience peace but not power. They are filled with all experiences. Slogan. In order to give the experience of coolness under the shade of your happiness, become clean and humble. Om Shanti.